Hi, I've got this garden that I'm trying to do in the backyard of our rental home, and the plants need some support. I want to give them what they need, which is going vertical. Come try and figure out this DIY support. So money's tight. Time is not. I've got time. And I'm going to try to build this. So we've got 3 spots: the raised beds, the watermelon patch, and the pumpkin patch. For my watermelons and pumpkins, I always got squash beetles. And I know one of the ways you can deter squash beetles is going vertical. So that'll be great for those. Let's dig into what I've designed based on what I've scourged for free. At our planter beds, for the bed with the cucumbers, thinking a classic rectangle frame with the wire leaning against the side of the house. It'll give the plants great room to go vertical. And over on the tomato, I want to do more of the classic braced across. This will need to be bolted in so that it has enough support with flying, hanging down around the plant, giving the plant the full support of. At the watermelon patch, I've got 3 watermelons. I'm thinking something similar to the cucumbers. Again, super simple DIY. At the pumpkin patch, this is where I'm not sure what to do. Maybe doing the simple A-frame setup. But do I need one for each? My pumpkins last year only produced 2 pumpkins. They were nice pumpkins though, but those squash beetles, I'm gonna have to think on that. I need a coffee break. I received the most lovely package from Quietly Coffee. Based in the countryside of Ontario, Quietly focuses on meticulous, transparent sourcing. I brewed a cup and sat down to enjoy the coffee with a book. I'm currently reading The Other Side by C.L. Wolfe. It's a werewolf thriller that fuses fantasy, mystery, and a little bit of romance. Let's gather our supplies. To get started, I measured, clamped, and sawed my wood pieces. Then, I drilled pilot holes and drove in screws to secure the boards. Next, I measured the wire fencing, clipped it down with some wire cutters, and I used a staple gun to attach it on the backside of the structure. So I built those trellis structures and I installed them in the garden. So I thought I'd share how the plants are linking them. At the cucumber bed, we have a simple frame resting at an angle to the house, supporting the upward growth and keeping most of the leaves off the soil. And we've got a couple of cucumbers hanging down, just growing away. Over at our tomato bed, my indeterminate tomato plant, which is sugar cherry tomato, got taller than my plans for a top brace, so I ended up just attaching 1 2x4 off the side with some brackets and a T-post and string across, and I've been attaching it with these tomato clips from Garden Supply so it can blow with the wind and keep it attached to the twine. I have 1 more tomato that is determinate. It's an Oregon early spring. It actually started to topple over. This is where it would have been nice to have it supported from the top from the start of the season. At the watermelon patch, I ended up going with 1 straight across structure instead of 3 separate ones. I just think it looks really nice and they seem really happy. At the pumpkin patch, I built the A-frame to get one of the Cinderella pumpkins off the ground, and it really took to it. Turned out to be too little. We'll get to that. Over at the Jack B. Little, just another straight across sidebar off the ground. What I did over there is hung the wire fencing down the side of the T-post. These are a little slower growing, but it'll be really nice to see these trail up. Hopefully some nice growth into the fall. So with the pumpkins, both those structures I built are just too small. I moved the A-frame to the other side of the small frame and took those vines and attached them to the fence, the wire fence that was behind them. I didn't even think about using the wire fence. I used the tomato clips to help support them up the way, and now I just have these beautiful vines growing across the fence with pumpkins starting to grow. And I moved the A-frame to the other side of the smaller frame, helping those vines to maybe attach to the fence on the other side. Those are the Jack B. Little pumpkins, so I love the idea of maybe just like these little pumpkins hanging along this fence and maybe into my neighbor's yard for a little bit of joy for them. But that's it. I'll probably do another update. I'm really excited about the pumpkins and watermelon. So we'll see if I actually can harvest anything. Sometimes things go wrong, so I'll let you know. All right, that's all I have to share. I'm going to go enjoy some of these cherry tomatoes that are ready. I hope you all have a great day.